Most people think their English listening is bad, but the real problem is pressure. You press play and feel your chest tighten because English sounds too fast. You hear some words, but they disappear before you can hold them. After a few minutes, you feel tired and blame yourself again.
Yes, and that feeling is very common. Many people say, my ears are bad, or I'm not good at languages. I used to say that too, especially after a long day.
The strange thing is this: you are not tired because English is difficult. You are tired because your mind is trying to catch everything at once.
If you feel that way right now, you are not alone. Many smart and hardworking learners feel the same pressure every day.
Today, we want to keep things simple and kind. No tricks, no pressure, just small shifts you can try today.
Hello everyone, welcome to My English Teacher, your cozy place for real English in real life.
I'm Emily, and I'm here with Paul.
If you are listening while walking, sitting on a bus, or making coffee at home, this episode is for you.
Let me share something small from last week. It was around 6:40 in the morning, and I was standing in my kitchen, still half asleep.
Coffee in your hand, right?
Exactly. I had coffee in one hand and my phone in the other. I pressed play on a short English video, only 2 minutes long.
That sounds easy, but it never feels easy.
The speaker talked fast and confidently, and my brain froze almost immediately. I caught one word, then another, and then nothing at all.
That moment feels very familiar to me.
I felt that old thought again, the quiet voice saying, I should understand this. So I stopped the video and did something different.
What did you change?
I didn't rewind and I didn't slow it down. I just took a sip of coffee and pressed play again.
But you listened in a different way.
Yes, this time I didn't chase the words. I only listened for the speaker's mood and energy.
Not the meaning, just the feeling.
Was he calm, excited, or serious? That was all I wanted to notice.
And suddenly listening feels lighter when you do that.
That was the moment I realized something important. Listening is not a test. It is more like a relationship.
I really like that idea.
You don't grab everything at once in a relationship. You stay present and let understanding grow slowly.
That reminds me of my own experience last month. It was late evening and I was on a crowded bus going home.
You must have been tired.
Very tired. I turned on an English podcast and told myself to relax, but my mind did the opposite.
Let me guess, you tried to catch every sentence again.
Exactly. After a few minutes, my head started to hurt and I felt frustrated.
So what did you do then?
I did something strange. I turned the volume down instead of up.
That sounds risky.
The words became blurry, so I stopped chasing them. I listened to the rhythm, the pauses in the flow.
Like listening to music without lyrics.
Yes, and I stayed with it for 10 minutes without stress. That was when I understood something new.
What was it?
People think listening means understanding words, but it's really about staying present.
English works the same way. When you try too hard, you often miss more.
Think about your phone battery for a moment. When it's low, you don't open many apps.
You save energy and do less.
Listening is the same. When your energy is low, simple listening works better.
Many learners listen when they are tired and then blame themselves for struggling.
But the real problem is not ability, it is overload.
So let's slow something down today. Not your English, but your expectations.
Next time you listen, don't aim to understand everything.
Aim to catch one clear word, one idea, or even one emotion.
That is already enough for progress.
Confidence comes after small progress, not before it.
And messy listening still counts as real listening.
Let's pause here for a moment and breathe. What do you usually do when listening feels difficult?
Do you push harder or do you give up quickly?
No pressure, just notice your habit.
Because noticing is already a small step forward.
In a moment, we'll share gentle ways to make listening easier and kinder. Here's the sneaky part most people never notice about listening practice. You don't fail because you miss words. You fail because you panic too early.
Yes, panic shuts everything down. The moment you think, I don't understand, your brain stops listening.
It's like walking into a messy room and trying to clean everything at once. You feel overwhelmed and end up doing nothing.
English listening works the same way. Too much input at once makes your mind freeze.
This is why slow listening does not always mean easy listening. Even slow audio can feel heavy if your mind is tight.
So the real skill is not speed. The real skill is staying relaxed while listening.
Let's talk about something very practical. Think about how you listen to your family or friends.
You don't listen to every word carefully. You catch the idea and respond naturally.
Exactly. You miss words all the time, but communication still works.
English can work the same way if you allow it.
This brings me to a small habit that changed everything for me. I stopped asking, did I understand everything?
And you started asking a better question.
Yes, I asked, did I understand something?
That question feels much lighter already.
Because something is always possible. One word, one feeling, one direction.
Let me share a small moment from work. I was in a short online meeting with international colleagues.
Those meetings can be stressful.
Very stressful. People spoke fast and I missed many sentences.
What did you focus on instead?
I listened for repeated words and tone changes. When voices became serious, I paid attention.
You followed the flow, not the details.
Yes, and I understood enough to respond calmly.
That's a powerful shift. Listening for patterns is easier than listening for perfection.
Patterns give your brain something safe to hold.
Here's another simple image. Listening is like walking through rain with an umbrella.
You still get a little wet, but you keep moving.
You don't stop walking just because of some rain. Missing words is just rain, not failure.
This is why short listening moments matter more than long, painful ones.
5 relaxed minutes are better than 30 stressed minutes.
Try listening when your body feels okay, not when you are angry, hungry, or exhausted.
Timing matters more than motivation.
Another helpful trick is choosing familiar topics: daily life, work, food, family, or routines.
Familiar topics reduce stress because your brain already knows the context. Context is like a map. Even if you miss words, you know where you are.
This is why random difficult videos can hurt confidence.
Confidence grows when your brain feels safe, not challenged all the time.
Let's pause again for a short moment.
When do you usually practice listening?
Is it late at night when your energy is low?
Or is it during small, calm moments in your day?
No judgment here, just notice your pattern.
Because small changes in timing can bring big results.
In the next part, we'll share a tiny listening challenge you can try today.
It takes less than 1 minute and works even on busy days.
And we'll also break down some useful words from today's conversation.
Before we go further, let's turn everything into action. Very small and very gentle.
Yes, something you can do today, even on a busy or tired day.
Here is today's tiny listening challenge. Choose one short audio, only 10 to 30 seconds long.
It can be a video, a podcast clip, or even a voice message.
Press play and do not pause, rewind, or translate in your head.
Just listen once and ask one simple question after it ends.
What was the general idea or feeling?
That's all. No notes, no judging, no fixing.
If you want, listen one more time and notice one new word or sound.
Stop there. Do not turn it into homework.
Short and kind practice builds trust with your brain.
If you are very busy, do this while brushing teeth or waiting for coffee.
10 seconds still counts as progress.
Imperfect listening is still real listening.
Now, let's slow down again and breathe for a moment.
What have you been avoiding with English listening?
What feels heavy even before you press play?
What is one tiny step you feel ready to try today?
No pressure. Just notice your answer.
Because noticing changes things quietly.
All right, let's look at some useful words from today's conversation. They are simple, common, and very useful in daily life.
First word, pressure. It means a strong feeling that pushes you too hard. For example, I feel pressure when English sounds too fast. Try saying that once.
Second phrase, press play. It means to start a video or audio. For example, I press play and try to stay calm.
Third word, freeze. It means your mind stops working for a moment. For example, my brain freezes when I feel stressed.
Fourth word, chase. It means trying to catch something quickly. For example, I stop chasing every word.
Fifth phrase, stay present. It means focusing on now, not worrying. For example, I try to stay present while listening.
Sixth word, pattern. It means something that repeats. For example, I listen for patterns, not details.
Seventh word, overload. It means too much at one time. For example, too much listening causes overload.
Eighth phrase, small step. It means a tiny action forward. For example, one small step is enough today.
You don't need to remember all these words now.
Hearing them again and again is already learning.
Let's gently wrap this together.
First, listening is not about understanding everything.
Second, relaxed listening works better than forced listening.
Third, small and kind practice builds real progress.
If listening has felt heavy, you are not broken.
You can always start again, even today.
If this episode helped, share one small action you will try today.
You can also share this with someone who feels stuck with listening.
Your English voice is not gone.
It's just waiting for space to come back.
Thanks for spending this time with us on My English Teacher.
We're really glad you're here.